Let no feeling of discouragement prey upon you, and in the end you are sure to succeed. Abraham Lincoln. My friends, 10 to 15 minutes each and every day. If you will just stick with this, you will figure it out. It just takes time and effort. And all we're asking for is 10 to 15 minutes each and every day. Let's jump into these charts. Stocks, gold, Bitcoin down, Bitcoin hammering down again, just crazy. The only thing up for the day are 20-year bonds. Let's jump into these charts. Now, I know some of you are asking, hey, Tom, look how it's gone back to red in the afternoon. Can I jump in? Well, that's not the rule we have. We want to see things back up, all the way back up to the top through this center band before we reset after we go green. Now, can you jump back in on another practice trade down move? You can. You can do anything you want in your practice trades. If you do, I do encourage you to note why you're doing it, how you're doing it, when you're doing it, the reason you're doing it, and then how it works for you. And then you can look back in time also when you come up with ideas about new things to try and see how it's worked in the past. We do the things we do for a reason. You don't want to do something out of the blue that might on a blue moon work. Remember, first rule of trading is don't lose money. Second rule of trading, make money. Always remember rule 1. If you start losing your principal, it is so very hard to get it back. That's why we set up the rules the way we do. And you don't have to trade. You can wait for things to set up properly. And again, we just cover these 5 ETFs each and every day because you guys are interested in them. They're a good way for us to teach you what we know. There are thousands of ETFs and stocks that you can look at, practice trade, backtrack, and follow on a daily basis. Now, I don't recommend you follow thousands. You might have a list of 4, 5, 6, maybe 8. Again, but the more you have there, the less likely you're going to know them intimately. And the problem is you're just not going to know them and you're going to have more mistakes. Again, you don't have to be greedy, folks. You just have to be consistent. Boy, that is a great saying. I'm going to write that down. You don't have to be greedy. You have to be consistent. So we see things going back to red on the half-day chart. Where are we on the 2-day? This is again still on SPY, the S&P 500. It's still in the green on the STC, and we got a red spinning top, which means lots of indecision, either up or down. Where are we on the weekly? Again, lots of indecision. We're red on the STC there, so we've got a lot of things going in different directions, which means what? Keep your powder dry. Wait for things to sort themselves out. Down for the day, 2.06% on the S&P 500. NASDAQ 100 down even more, 2.31%. Very similar. Went to the red in the afternoon. Of course, we're well below the 200 EMA on the half day on the NASDAQ 100. 2-day also well below the 200 EMA. We can find it if we keep scanning down. Again, we have a red spinning top. We see that continuation of the red STC is heading down. And on the weekly, it is also negative, and we have a nice down candle, not hitting the lows that we hit back on the week beginning the 10th of October. Maybe heading that way. Do note on the weekly chart, we are well below the 200 EMA as opposed to SPY, which is above the 200 EMA. That's the exponential moving average. That's how we call either short or long plays based upon us being above or below on the particular time frame upon which we are trading. That's where we are on stocks. Let's move to bonds. Bonds up for the day, 0.33%. Now we have gone from red to green. We have not bottomed out. And you might say, well, Tom, we've not bottomed out yet. Can we stay in when it goes to green here? You can. And again, what do you see going on? Well, you see a sideways slide underway. We do see penetrations of the loss band, But again, when you look where the candle settled out, we are still, potentially in the green. Can you hang on? You can. If you are hanging on, then you're hanging on for a reason. And you should be noting that in your notes, and you should follow it. And again, learn from this. See if it works for you. You'll be able to make up your mind. You'll be able to learn by doing and decide on this particular ETF at this particular time of year, in this particular season, and what's going on right now. How did that work for you? This is what I'm trying to get you to understand the concept of, is understanding the individual stocks and ETFs that you are following and their own personalities. And you only do that, you only learn that by practice trading them. And of course, when you do get good at this and with your own money and your own time, you decide what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. You still do the same things you want to learn. You realize too, just like your own children, their personalities change over time as they get older. Same here. People who were very happy-go-lucky as children may be very sullen and dull as adults. Those things can happen with stocks and ETFs too. Things that can be very predictable can all of a sudden become very unpredictable. And there might be reasons. You're not going to get rid of your children, but there might be reasons for you to rotate out of particular stocks or ETFs when your ability to track them and trade them doesn't work anymore. So again, unlike your own kids, don't be unwilling to discard any ETFs or stocks that stop working. So that is where we are on bonds on the half day. Where are we on the 2-day? Here we go, loading up very, very slowly. Come on, there we go. We've got a red down candle that is forming. We're red on the STC. And of course, where are we on the weekly? It also is red. Now again, you saw on the 2-day and the weekly, we've not hit the lows previous. This is the week beginning the 24th of October. But we do have a red down candle forming, like we said, up a little bit for the day. So keep an eye on this. If you're staying in it, learn from it, why you're doing it, and how that is working for you. Now let's look at gold quickly. On the 195-minute chart, it's not penetrating. Is that not interesting to see? We've slammed up to the 200 EMA and we're not penetrating it yet. Are we going to roll over and head down? Well, we're darn sure going to be watching that, aren't we? Watch that STC, see if gold breaks off and heads back down. If it does, then of course we'll be looking to jump into that down move, keeping in mind that we are positive on the STC and we have green up candles on the 2-day. And where are we on the weekly? It is, and again, these things are not settling out. And there we go. We're still red on the STC and it's pushing up on that 200 EMA. Are we going to push off that? We'll see. We'll, again, if we do see that 195-minute chart rotate over going down, we will cautiously consider going short. And we'll see if and when that happens, how that works. Okay, that is where we are on gold, on bonds, and on stocks. Lastly, we go to the big slam down. Look at this. Yesterday, 12+% or so. I can't even remember how much it was down. It was like 12, 13. Today, down 13%. And I'm looking at the 24-hour a day Bitcoin right now down 15.43%. Man, that is a hammer down. Now we were hoping that things would settle out at about the 1820 mark. We look at this 2-day chart. What do we see there? You can see it has been a brutal 2 days. Gone from green to red. And again, we weren't hitting those prior highs, but we have definitely surpassed those lower lows. We look at the weekly. We're hoping things would settle out about the 1820 mark. No way. We see a low for the day of 1526. Tell you, I'm glad we weren't practice trading Bitcoin. We haven't recommended it in quite a while, and it was a hammer down. We've been telling you there's nothing to trade on Bitcoin. careful. Stay out of these spaces right now in the cryptocurrencies on your practice trades. We're not a stock calling service. We're darn sure not a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency calling service. We're an education firm. We want you to practice this stuff because, again, it doesn't cost you anything but your time to practice. So practice with us. Figure this out. I'll tell you what has been doing nice. Check out BITI. That is the short ETF of Bitcoin, and it was up today 13.41%. That is quite lovely. Actually, gosh, hit a high of $45.61, a low during the day of $35.20. Boom! That is amazing. Well, friends, we're just waiting to see where Bitcoin and these cryptocurrencies are going to go. They are most definitely having a hard time. And again, we'll see if they end up being tradable at some time in the future. I'm hopeful, but again, we keep talking about market capitulation. It's got to get so bad that nobody wants to own this crap. When that happens, and that's what they think it is, things will settle out. And then if there's anything to recover, and I do think there may very well be, it'll start back again. Bitcoin's seen this before. Cryptocurrencies have been thrown out the window before. So again, we'll watch, we'll wait, we'll see, and we'll follow it. Thank you so much, my friends. Don't forget, I will be recording after this, charting cryptos and commodities for all of our Patreon members. General public gets that information on Friday. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.